Hello, hello, hello. It is Moonshine Oracle with channeling slash download, if you will. This isn't going to be sign specific. This either resonates or it doesn't. Somebody here had a script in their head how they wanted something to go for somebody. And it's really strange. Like, when you try to play God, it's only fair that you get your spadoodles rocked accordingly. And my left ear is itching as I say that. Oh my God. Somebody here has a script in their head of how they wanted things to see some things play out for somebody. At first, they took a bribe from somebody, but to watch somebody start a rumor, something like spread some type of false whatever about a person that did not deserve to have that done to them. It's like, and in some cases also, this was kind of like a eeny, meeny, miny, mo type deal for a humiliation type of ritual. I don't respect people who do things like this, and it's just, ugh, this is so fucking old. Somebody here just keeps trying to complete something they started like 15, 20 years ago, and it's just like, give it up. Now, the magic took the strongest hold, magic, if you will. Here's the dog for Sagipup for the distraction. Could be somebody dealing with a Sagittarius or Sagittarius placement. Or they were trying to cosplay as a Sagittarius. Again, somebody was just trying to go do something. They wanted to see somebody in a constantly heartbroken, depressed state. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? There's something wrong with you. Normal people don't go around wishing that on people. But people like this normally would not do such a thing unless there was an incentive in it for them. Somebody here just sold out to Satan, whether they know it or not. They sold out. Now, there is a lot of consequences. There's a lot of consequences at play here for going against divine order. I don't know what the Pope let out around Christmas with those portals, but whatever he released also released something that was keeping the divine feminine energy chained down. It was like a jail of sorts, being held hostage, bound, restricted. There was some in addition to letting out whatever the fuck that was, there was something that unleashed, unchained, unbound the divine feminine. Because I've just been getting a lot of feminine rage since the start of the year 2025, and it's just like, what in the entire fuck is going on here? Somebody just keeps trying to manipulate somebody's life, and it's just the things and the catastrophes this man keeps trying to manifest for this woman. Him and everybody he has roped in to help him out, they about to get the business. I don't agree with conservative everything, nor do I agree with Democrat everything. But at the same time, a lot of the people I know personally, in my case, that work against me, they have things like student loan debts, when they did the manipulation or like all the bullshit, they rented apartments, RVs, and stuff like that. They didn't have houses. And I mean, it's just, there's things that come with being a homeowner that people who rent don't fully understand. But when they become a homeowner and they see firsthand how expensive homeownership can be, yeah, it's a bit of a shocker. Because normally in the past, where the landlord fixed all the damage, they are now in the landlord's shoes. You see what I mean? Now, in my case, I've been on my own in my house. I've never rented an apartment. Just I've owned for 15 years. I have no excuse for not knowing how to do basic things around the house. People who are accustomed to renting would not, because all you do is pick up the phone and call your property manager and boom, there it is. With these student loans about to be garnished and stuff like that, it's about to get real interesting. Because if, like, whoever this is, if they were paying for magic in the past, that's got to come to a complete halt. Because the funny thing is after a while, you can get kicked out of a person's energy. And they can't get back in. So what they do is they go to other readers, other practitioners, and so on down that line. And a lot of times also, one person in this collective that I'm picking up on right now, whose business... See, the thing is, I would not be all up in this if they were not all up in my business. That's the kicker. They're all up in my business, so here we are. Somebody here in this group believes that if they get other people to do the readings, other people to cast the spells, they will not be held liable according to spiritual laws. I see where they're going. It's like they're trying to trick God in a manner of speaking, and it's just like, can you be any more disrespectful? It's like, can you be any more disrespectful? Because the funny thing is whoever this is, he spent a lot of time, a lot of money, and a shit ton of energy trying to portray himself as something he is not in spirit and in the physical. It's like a keeping up with the Joneses type deal. You will look like a certifiable jackass in the process. And my thing is, you want to gaslight a person because they're picking up on a masculine's energy and stuff like that. But because this man has not tangibly appeared, you're calling them delusional, fanciful, crazy, and stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, that's a lot to say for somebody who is deliberately trying to go beat a person to their life milestones, their life purpose, their destiny, this, that, and the third. Because I'm going to tell you this here and now, in order for you to cosplay a certain energy, you have to know about that energy. You cannot mimic energy that doesn't exist. You cannot mimic energy that does not exist. Can't do it. See, the only way for him to have done that would have been to get a reading on somebody's counterpart, soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. He would not have known anything about this woman's business had he not gone to somebody for divination. And the funny thing is you find the right one and they're desperate enough, they will do whatever they have to do to infiltrate certain circles. They learn how to network. But the funny thing is it abuse of divinatory practices? Yes, it is. Because even if they pay a person to do the more in-depth stuff, they have their own tools for themselves. They'll go to a psychic, have a reading done on somebody's significant other, like who are they supposed to be married to, who are they supposed to be in business with, and then what they do is they work to embody the likeness and spirit of that person, to trick, to confuse, to destiny swap. Thieves don't come to empty houses. Because in some of these counterpart dynamics, if you will, the man is tangibly stable. And in some cases, from another tax bracket. She is a little more on the humble side of things. Even if she has the eloquent background, she works for herself, by herself, and so on down that line. And again, thieves don't come to empty houses. And I ain't talking a tangible house in the 3D. I'm talking your spiritual bank vaults. That's what I'm talking about. But the funny thing is this person had this elaborate plan for the feminine he was knowingly stealing from. This elaborate script. She was going to get sick. She was going to have all this horrible bad luck. Her life was just going to go to shit. And the thing is, he cannot harvest her energy unless she is in a depressed state. He cannot harvest her energy unless she is stressed up to her eyeballs. He's trying to create tear after tear after tear in her auric field to feed off of her. And the truth of the matter is, if you are truly protected, there will just be something that blocks you from making a move in their direction. Like, even if they are close in your area and they're trying to do all that come here, bow down to me bullshit, there's just going to be something that stops you. Like, your feet are just dug into the ground, like, hell no, I won't go type of deal. And I mean, it's just, if something was really meant to be, love spells, domination, glamour, but like, all of that is so unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Basically, it's a karmic couple trying to destiny swap with a divinely orchestrated one that was blocked from coming together. Like, the only way they can feed and harvest off their energy is to keep them split apart. But I'm going to tell you this, whatever calamity you tried to manifest for her, it's now going to have to manifest somewhere on their end. Anything achieved through ill-begotten means, it just does not last. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's like if you steal an inheritance from someone, that money will fall through your hands like sand. You can't hang on to it, nothing. It's just gone. And I'm going to tell you this here and now. Again, you cannot mimic energy that does not exist. You can't do it. You might be able to fluff and puff it up like a pillow every now and then, but you can't mimic energy that doesn't exist. In other words, the motherfucker you were, whoever this was cosplaying in the spirit, yeah, he's real. He's real. And he's the mighty pissed. May the odds be in your favor, old boy, but that cancer you keep trying to manifest in my body, for example, it's got to go somewhere. Got to go somewhere. And it ain't coming over here. Because I keep hearing, get your affairs in order. But my thing is, I don't think that's meant as like, hey, you're about to die. I'm just saying, hey, you need to work on getting your shit together instead of worrying about someone else. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go see what my dog is tearing up in the basement. Everybody have a good one.